Are we gonna get started?
And away
Oh,
we go.
I didn't see the countdown, which is how I was confused for a minute.
Yeah. And also, I don't see you on the
Hold
screen
on.
right now, so. But at least I can
Okay,
hear you.
hold on. Let me try to join and rejoin again.
That was very weird. So, yeah, that's crazy. It's a crazy day for me, but regardless, life is great. Very strange. What are you doing, Riverside? You're a cool platform, and you have brilliant features and capabilities. But what is going on, man? Okay, now I can see you.
Okay, cool. All right, and I saw the
Anyway,
countdown as well.
so away we go.
All right, so how's your day been?
Life's been great, but also chaotic, but mostly great. Well,
Uh,
no, actually, this is the most chaotic I've seen this year.
the year just started.
Yeah, it just started as of this recording. How can it get crazy already?
Bro, it's been 3 days of the year. How is it already crazy?
I have no idea.
I mean, at least with 2024, it took somewhat of a while, but I would
Yeah,
say,
and also we knew it was going to be a hectic year for 2024 because it was a leap year, and like the saying goes, every leap year is going to be the wildest stuff and the most chaotic stuff that could ever happen. Like, whatever bad stuff you could ever thought would happen in a particular year is going to just be dumped into one of the leap years.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This year is definitely gonna be something interesting. I'm not gonna lie. You know what was kind of weird though?
What?
The White House reposted a video from 2020 with people who were wearing masks, and I believe the title of the video was, hold on, let me see what it was. The time to move forward is now. It's from the 1st of 20th 2021. Sorry, the 1st of 20th 2021. And I'm wondering what they are. I'm just wondering what they're alluring to that. I'm wondering what they mean by that exactly.
Yeah,
It's like because this video is old. It's from 2020. It's from 2021, and it's people wearing. It's where people like just putting on masks and all that stuff. I'm really just wondering what they mean by that.
yeah, that's
It's very suspicious, but I guess we'll have to wait. I guess we'll have to wait until it'll just be strange if they pull something like this on the 20th of this year of the 20th of this year of January. But hey, it's like the year's definitely going to be something very eventful. It's definitely going to be probably. I would assume this year is going to be the biggest movie that we've ever been a part of, and the movie's only going to get more and more interesting, but also more and more hectic. And it's determined, and like obviously, like we have to either survive. It's either like eat or be eaten, and we're gonna have to survive. Like what's to come next if we make it to the next year. I mean, yeah, but what is in the news though?
Have you heard of DeepSeek?
DeepSeek?
Yeah, DeepSeek.
I have not. What is that?
So, now, I'm not saying it's like ChatGPT. Then again, I'm using it now and it actually looks like ChatGPT. You can actually use it like ChatGPT. And it also generates answers just as good, or if not better, than ChatGPT.
DeepSeek. Hold on. Is it on App Store?
I tried looking on the App Store, and I can't find it. You can
Huh.
look up. There is a website version of DeepSeek that you can use.
Seems like
But that's it.
seems like people tried to look it up on App Store. Huh. That's weird. Huh. I guess not everything is an app. I guess, but let me.
Exactly.
Can't really find the website.
It's
Huh.
chat.deepseek.com.
Wait, hold on. Let me look. Okay, let me chat.deepseek.com. I see it now. I'm not gonna do all that. Yeah, I get the point. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna put in my information for the website. But yeah, I get the point though. So what up about it though? What have you found interesting?
So, well, of course, like ChatGPT, it is a chatbot. You ask it something and it generates an answer. But the way it runs, well, ChatGPT is artificial intelligence generated. DeepSeek is artificial general intelligence generated, which is slightly stronger, but certainly much more efficient.
Okay. Wow. I would say, like, then I guess ChatGPT has a challenge ahead of it, then, but has a challenge ahead of it because, I mean, if it's that good, then, I guess it has its. But at the same time, I don't think ChatGPT would necessarily worry. There's a bunch of like AI alternatives. So I mean, who knows? This might just be another one that's slightly better. That's just in the market. And I really can't say that there's going to be competition because, well, I mean, what is really going to happen realistically?
Well,
Eh,
ChatGPT is still going to be the dominant AI chatbot, and well, there is potential for other alternatives to appear. People are still going to go to ChatGPT because it already has the name recognition already.
I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, that's true. But like, that's true but for the most part, yeah, there's really going to be no competition nor any challenges whatsoever. And I just got to say, man, it's just another one on the market. And, good for them. Good for them. I wish the person who is controlling that, nothing but success. And I wish them nothing but success. And, that's all I really got to say about that.
Yeah.
So is there anything else? So is there anything else in the news?
Yes, there is. Just gotta find it. Yes. Oh my gosh. This does
What,
not look good for Labour.
what is it?
Alright, actually, I'll play the audio. Let's just turn my Bluetooth off. So, in short, 20 of the 26 Labour councillors in Broxton left the Labour Party because they believe that the Labour Party and Keir Starmer has lost what the values of the Labour Party stands for. That means Labour has lost majority control of the Broxton Council.
Hmm. Okay. Huh. Is that good or bad?
Well, it's certainly bad for Labour, but for people on the right, it's a good sign for them because if more than half of Labour councillors of a particular council have said they're quitting representing their party, this sends alarm bells to Labour. What Labour is currently doing is not a good sign, and the British public are really not happy with what Labour are doing. So this is why Labour should be worried. Because if that many people that are part of the Labour Party, they say, we want to quit the party, then this leaves avenues open for the Tories and of course Reform UK with the growth they're having to grab those council seats and as well as get more MPs into Westminster for the next general election.
Huh. Okay. Well, I say so. Pretty much, like one side doesn't like it, and another side doesn't like, it. And another side does like it. It's good for one side, and it's bad for another side.
Exactly.
Pretty
If
much.
if you support Labour, you should be worried. But if you're someone that is on the right side of the aisle of politics, that should be taken as some kind of a miracle where Reform UK or the Tories can make potential gains where Labour has somehow lost out big time for them to possibly have some kind of control back into the government next time the general election happens.
Hmm. Okay, gotcha. So, is there anything else in the news? Hold on. Let me see.
I did say that on the 1st of January, Romania and Bulgaria have joined the Schengen zone. So now Romanians and Bulgarians can enter each other's countries and other EU countries that are part of the Schengen area without going through some kind of border checks.
Hmm. Okay. That's yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
What's your take on that?
well, I mean, for someone that is from Europe and enjoys freedom of movement, good for them. And I did say this a while back, actually, that there is concern that given the benefits or what the Schengen area provides, such as freedom of movement, no border checks, or no more going through airport customs, people are going to bring up the issue of immigration. Because if immigrants enter a country that is within the EU Schengen area, then they can go to one country to another country without having to be checked in any way, because that's what the Schengen zone is. You can enter another country without some kind of checks. And I think Poland, being a country that's part of the Schengen zone, they are very strict on immigration. And although there are people that still come in and out of Poland, they are very firm on not letting illegal migrants from coming into Poland. And it's only illegal migrants. If there are
Mhm.
people who enter Poland legally, then they're chill with that. They're okay with it. It's the illegal migration. That's what they're concerned about with in regards to the Schengen area, the Schengen
Okay, so
zone.
okay, so they don't mind legal. They don't mind legal immigration. They're just concerned about the illegal immigration.
Yes.
Got you. Okay, I think that's a fair critique. I mean, I'm pretty sure no one wants illegal immigration, especially considering the fact that it could put your country and your people's countrymen in danger. So I do understand where they're coming from because ultimately speaking, I mean, like, yeah, you just want to keep your people safe and you want to keep your country safe from illegals coming into your country and just like messing up everything. And I say messing up everything because, well, I mean, yeah, they would legitimately mess up everything, and they would try to change our ways of living that we've established for that they or we have established for decades and decades, and they're bringing their beliefs to like our country, and to that like no one is going to take kindly to that, or like bringing like having those beliefs in a country where those beliefs aren't even fundamentally founded within the country. So for the so I say this for the most part. Yeah, it's like illegal immigrants should get out of here. I would say like when it comes to like I would say when it comes to like people who are legal. I would say people who are legal. I mean, if you're a legal immigrant, that's one thing. But if you're an illegal immigrant, then you got to get out of the country. I don't really know how else to put it than that. So that's really all I got to say.
Yeah. So true.
Anything else in the news?
Microsoft expects to spend $80 billion on AI-enabled data centers in fiscal 2025.
Huh? That much money on AI, huh?
Oh yes, it's the way of the future, they say,
The way of the future, or the way to like get us out of work
or to be replaced for work.
completely,
Yeah.
completely. Yeah, I'd say like yeah, it could be the future. It really could, but unfortunately, it's not. For humans, I mean, because like here's the thing: every human has an innate desire to work, and the very fact that you're trying to isolate humans from that is just terrible. I mean, like even me, yeah, I like relaxing, but ultimately speaking, it's like sometimes I want to give sometimes I just want to do something. It's like I don't just always want to sit back. Maybe as a kid, yeah, I didn't mind sitting back, but I don't know. I'm a grown man now, so it's like it's just. I'm not gonna lie. If I sit back, it's kind of sad in a way because it's like it just means that I probably have nothing going on for my life. I mean, it's like I would prefer if I just earned a break, and if this happens, yeah, I won't be earning the break, but instead I would be simply. Well, I would just be simply just potentially taking money just to take a break. Because I'm not gonna lie, the one thing I predict is that if we're out of a job, then they're probably just gonna pay us to sit at home and get fat and be lazy. With the infinite money with the infinite money, or like the with the I would say with the infinite money, or the or simply the digital money that they're planning on like giving. They're planning on like replacing real money with. So I wouldn't say like it. I wouldn't be surprised if they legitimately just did that. Like I don't know why, but I just believe that they're gonna do that. Like it just sounds like that's something they would do. What do you think?
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh yeah. What do you think?
I don't have a strong opinion about this, to be honest.
Okay. Huh. Let's see what else in the news. Huh. Okay. Elon Musk lacks. Okay. Elon Musk lack of. Okay. Let me read this. Elon Musk lack of religious faith will always make his public declaration of conviction free speech absolutist suspect. Non-believers do not die on many hills. That's true. They genuinely run for believe believers know their right to worship is attached to free speech. Give me liberty or give me death was spoken by an Anglican, not to tech billionaires. Hmm. Yeah, that's true. I'll be honest, man. What's with this update? I used to get like hashtags and all this stuff. Now I'm just getting like the latest news on like stuff that interests me. Which is fine, but it's like I used to get hashtags and all this stuff. Stories for you. I'd say. Is there anything else in the news?
Couple married for 81 years say the secret to a happy marriage is to never argue.
Wait, what'd you say?
Couple married for 81 years say the secret to a happy marriage is to never argue.
That's true. I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. I mean, like if there was less arguing in every marriage, it would last. That and of course with faith, because for the most part, a marriage should be founded on something other than sex. Whether if it's and it can be, to be honest, it can really be anything. But I mean, it should be definitely like more than just. It should be more deeper than that. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you choose not to argue about about stupid things, because ultimately speaking, you're gonna end up apologizing to each other anyway. So I guess they just decide to cut out the middleman, and just say, we're not gonna argue. We're gonna talk. We're not gonna argue, because then that's great. I mean, and you said 81 years of marriage.
Yes,
How old are they?
somewhere in the 90s?
Yeah, probably. Anyways, yeah, it's like you just gotta cut out the middleman, and for the most part, it's like I think that's one of the things that works. That and like you also got to have something else that works as well, and it can be anything, but I mostly say that it should be faith, because like most marriages actually last long because of that. And yeah, I just think that like most people should take the approach where they just choose not to argue, but instead they just talk, because some people like to argue. Some people really just like to argue for no reason. So the very fact that that couple found the formula for the relationship, like means that like they got it.
Yeah,
So what about you? What do you think?
yeah, I agree. To never argue is one of the many keys to happiness.
Yeah, because here's the thing: if you argue, then well, you're honestly gonna just realize that it was a stupid argument to begin with. I mean, I'll say this: every argument that I'll be honest, some people really just argue. Some people really just like argue because they love it, and other people argue because they genuinely feel a strong feeling about what they're arguing about. And I'd say for the most part, just arguing is just unhealthy in general, and it's bad for any kids that you have. So therefore, if you're gonna argue, I would say make sure your kids aren't there to see you, because that's just bad for like the family household and just everything that's going on around it. Yeah. So is there anything else in the news?
Hanoi declared world's most polluted city. Authorities seek action.
Wow, the world's most polluted city.
Yes.
That's crazy. Like, bro, what did they do that could have possibly led to that title?
Firstly, high population density.
Huh. Okay.
And secondly, not throwing anyone under the bus, lack of public cleanliness, such as littering, not picking up rubbish, or just lack of strong or efficient
Did they also
rubbish disposal infrastructure.
did they also defecate on the floors on the ground too? Like what did they do? What else did they do? Like, man, like how can you possibly make a street that dirty? Like did they also like defecate on the street corner as well?
Oh no, no. Well, why would they do that?
I don't know, man. It's the dirtiest city in the world, apparently.
Yeah, but oh yeah, another thing that just completely slipped my mind is also obvious. Heavy traffic, because well, I'm not defending cars that run on diesel, but if there's too many cars or many vehicles that runs on diesel, so much carbon dioxide gets released into the air and just makes the atmosphere warmer, and of course pollutes the air.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie. Would you move to the city?
Oh no, no.
Okay, fine. Okay. What if you were paid a lot of money to just stay there for a day? Or, no, a week?
It's gonna take a little more than a couple million for me to stay in that city for an hour, let alone a day.
Alright. Alright, but like, alright, cool. But Risk, how you doing,
Yes,
man?
not bad, not bad.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, I had a pretty good interview today. I'm hoping that I at least get the job. But yo, how's life been, man?
Not bad. Has Trump hasn't taken office yet?
Nope, he takes office around
On this,
January
Should we be concerned?
a little bit,
Like,
because
didn't you send a video last night? I didn't even get to watch it because the video was deleted.
yeah,
I think it's still there.
yeah, no, I mean, I got it from YouTube. Apparently, yeah, I guess the guy deleted it or something. But yeah, like apparently, like the White House reposted a video from like the 1st of 2021, where people were just putting on masks constantly, and I'm just wondering what could that mean?
Was that
Huh?
on whose account was that on? Trump's account.
No, it was on hold on,
So,
let me see.
it was the White House account.
Yeah, it was the official White House account.
That's still under Biden, right?
Yeah, it's the White House
They're
account
planning
under
on they're planning on
Biden administration.
causing a thing to make it so he can't even get elected.
You said what?
They're going to cause an incident that makes it so he's not going to get put in.
You think so? I mean, doesn't Trump get instilled on the 6th?
Yes, but there's a live ceremony, right? They're going to try and I think there's something in the Constitution where if there's a mass amount of people that freaking show up at a thing, they can stop an election, stop the power process of him being installed as the next president.
I
They
mean,
put
I'll
something
be
into the
honest.
Constitution or
At this point, I'm kind of doubting that because we all know Trump is controlled opposition. So why would they stop that? We know Trump is bought and sold. They know Trump is bought and sold. So why would they try to stop that in any way, shape, or form?
maybe it's infighting. Maybe there's personal people that don't want him to be in power. Maybe there's certain people that have. Maybe there's certain people that maybe there's two different groups of two different. Maybe there's multiple different sects or groups, right, that are vying and fighting for power.
Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe
Maybe. I
Trump's
mean,
part of the Jewish sect, the Jewish part, but actually. Maybe there's what we're thinking that maybe what if we're thinking that there's multiple parts of the globalist agenda, right? Of globalism, right? And what we're thinking, what if the Jews are actually the people that want to fucking be in power are way worse than the Jews. The Jews are actually moderate compared to these people.
most people would probably say that they're Indians.
Possibly, but people
I mean,
people that might be worse than them could be worse. We know there's two sides of Jews, right? There's the two sides of the Zionists, right? There's the Bolsheviks, who the communist Jews that started the Bolshevik Revolution, Mao Zedong's little revolution, the revolution of Vietnam, and basically the revolutions of the East. There's capitalism and there's communism.
I'm not gonna
Communism was
lie.
created by the communist Jews in Eastern Europe and Asia, and capitalism was created by the Western Jews of Europe and America.
I'm not gonna lie. There's just so many things and questions
What
to
you
be.
know is that communism and capitalism were created both by the Jewish people, or
Bro,
not Jews but Zionists.
there's so many questions to ask, bro. It gets confusing at times. I'm gonna be honest with you.
It
It's
does.
like you're really never. It's like it seems like you're really never truly gonna get a definitive answer.
Protocols of Elders is that the protocols are a good book to reference because they actually show a roadmap of things that have happened. It talks about the fall of Russia to freaking communism. It talks about the fall. It talks about the fall of the Ottomans. It talks about the fall of the territories. It talks about the fall of the territories of Syria. It talks about the fall of Iraq, Iran, Lebanon, and all them. Then it talks about the Second Temple, which Israel wants to rebuild and recreate.
Oh yeah, I know.
And sacrifice the red heifer.
Ah, man, all of this is confusing. All of this is just confusing. It makes
Everything
it.
has been. What you only need to know is that everything that you've ever known has been controlled. World War One was controlled. World War Two was controlled. Napoleonic Wars were controlled, and probably since Caesar itself has things been controlled. You think you're living in a free society, but you're not. There are puppet masters that are pulling the strings that have been for a very long time. Long before I've been born and long before you've been born. And long
So this,
before your great grandparents have been born.
so this goes way back.
Way, 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 way back. I can't tell you how way back, but I can guarantee it. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes way back before the creation of the fucking stock markets.
I'll be
Way,
honest.
way back before them.
I feel like I don't know, man.
This
I
goes
can't,
back to the creation of kings.
bro. It can't possibly be. Eh.
Remember,
I
there weren't many monarchies. Remember how many monarchies were there before World War One and World War Two? How many were there after? And I mean real monarchies. I'm not talking about puppet kingdoms.
gotcha. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. There
Britain was
has,
one of the only kingdoms left. Russia was no longer a kingdom; it fell to communism.
but there has to have been a time where this has not happened. Has to. Probably.
Religion was created by very powerful kings to subdue their weak subjects.
Yeah, but were the kings asking for worship, or were they asking them to worship God or a God?
Secretly probably thought themselves God.
Hmm.
Knowing what I'm thinking, people realized that the kings long ago realized we can manipulate people manipulate people through religion. Religion had to come from somewhere. It came from small tribes who then rose to be kings.
Well, I mean, there were people
Before
such
the
as
Romans, it was something else, and before something else, it was something else. You've got Carthage, you've got Rome, you've got Mongolia, you've got the Han kingdom,
oh,
you've got the Tao kingdom, you've got the Umma kingdom. You've got tons of empires. Things tend to go that way.
I would say, you're
You had
absolutely.
most of Europe being conquered by Muslims, and then before
Yeah,
that, what else?
I would say you're absolutely right. I would say you're absolutely right on on this, kings definitely did use the religious standpoint to
Yes,
manipulate
it
people.
wouldn't surprise me if some of those religions that are powerful right now, I wouldn't be
But
surprised if Christianity was created by a king back then simply as a way to manipulate the peasants and to control them and to make them docile and control them to a certain thing. The Ten Commandments, if you think about it, were mainly laws to keep the citizens in check. Do not kill thy neighbor. Do not steal. Do not rob. Do not pillage.
I mean,
And all that. Yeah. They were
that's
there
just.
to basically keep these people in check because these people before laws, they were lawless. They murdered, they steal, they pillaged, they committed adultery and all these other stuff. But
I'm gonna
realistically,
be.
it was just to keep them in check, keep the peasant class in check.
I'm gonna be honest. This is part of the reason why. Part of the reason why I don't really. I know enough, but I don't go down that conspiracy rabbit hole because
They're not going down
because here's the thing.
false.
You're just gonna end up doubting everything in life, and then eventually you're just gonna become an atheist.
Yeah.
It's like you'll believe in absolutely nothing. I would say I would say just because humans manipulated religion does not mean that there is no God that exists. I would say there's really And also, it's like, there's really
Probably
no.
isn't, but it doesn't hurt. I can't see it hurting to believe in a god. Like I can't see it hurting to literally believe in these religions. Like I don't think it hurt. I don't think it's going to hurt you in that. As long as you don't take all the things to hurt, all the freaking things in the text to hurt, I don't think it's going to hurt you. I don't think it hurts. I don't think it will hurt you if you actually do believe in those religions.
I'd say, like, that's a dangerous slope, because, like, man, like, you could believe the wrong thing and just go to hell. So it's like, it does really matter if you take it to heart. I mean, you could believe you can, like, live a life.
You can live off the religions. You can believe in them.
Yeah, you can live a life. You can live a great life, but still ultimately go some.
We all are going to die at some point.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So it's either you go up or down. You know, it's either you go up or down. No in between.
True.
No in between. That's like, that's what I believe. I mean, it would just be. I mean, like, obviously, I would love to live in this world where it's like, yeah, if I'm a good
There's
person.
different gods, like the Egyptian gods. They were other people. The Egyptian gods back then were a way to freaking. They were regular humans, but they were viewed as gods. They're probably viewed as ancient kings, and they were lit Egyptian kings, and they idolized certain Egyptians. They idolized their heroes as gods,
Yeah,
specifically their most powerful warriors.
I would say that's still a
Same
thing
with
today.
Greeks.
That's
Same with the
still a thing.
Greeks, and same with the freaking Norse. The Norse.
Yeah,
Norwegians.
that's still a thing today with celebrities, man. I mean, they idolize them as gods.
Yeah,
I mean,
not many people think about Zeus, Hercules, and all these people, right? And Odysseus, and all these people, Greek gods, and
I'll be
Perseus,
honest.
and all these people, right? They idolize these Greek gods just like we idolize celebrities. It's
I'll be
just
honest.
these people were idolized that much that they were all to turn into freaking god, the likelihood of gods.
I'll be honest. I could care less about those Greek gods or
Yeah,
whatever.
neither can I. But
I really only care about Jesus, man.
yes, they all
I mean,
died to history.
because, well, I mean,
Yeah.
unless someone can prove that everything that he preached and that he taught was wrong, I'm not gonna question it. And so far, it's been like 2,000 years. No one has been able to even like, say that it's wrong. Say that nothing
Only
that he
because
did.
they murder anybody that does question it. Most
What
likely,
happened?
they possibly could be murdering anybody that does question it, or there's a certain narrative in keeping people believing in this religion because it suits suits certain people.
I I
But
personally don't
yeah,
believe there. I personally don't believe there's really any benefit in them, like, killing someone who questions it. I mean, there's a lot of people who question it, yet they're still alive. Though you have to really think about
yeah,
that.
but I mean, anybody that really has any physical evidence to disprove this stuff, like they're not going to question the everyday conspiracy. They're not going to freaking kill the everyday conspiracy theorist about this thing because then it would just make them more guilty. They only come out the woodwork when there's something really important, like
I mean,
maybe
I
there's
would
a freaking secret tome that literally came out of nowhere.
I
They
would
feel
say
like that, and that's a threat to them.
yeah, I would say, but like,
More
if
like
there,
that. You remember that black book and that black text and that, but basic that other that old Bible and that got discovered. Even the
uh,
Vatican were interested in that thing.
yeah, I would say, like, if there was something in the woodworks that was damning, that could, like, that was damning about Christianity, it would have been came out already. It's 2024. A lot of things are getting leaked.
Certain things, only the things that they want us to know. Would you say that's true, Jamie?
What is?
Certain things are coming through, but it's only the things they want us to know.
Yes. It's going to happen at some point.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'll be honest. You really think they can keep something going for about 2,000 years? It would have
Well,
someone.
they've manipulated us about Hitler and said he was a fucking devil incarnate
I mean, that's
for
Hitler.
almost not 200 years. So
Yeah, but here's the thing: Hitler's a human man. Hitler's a human man. This is God we're talking about here. Yeah, Hitler's a human, and I'm not gonna lie. There's disturbingly some people online who worship Hitler, and I'm like,
I
really?
don't worship him, but I do think that he what.
Oh no, oh no. I know you don't. I'm saying, like, there are people in
Yes.
this space. I know there are people in this space, whether if they're like, I would say, race realists or not that like worship Hitler. I don't want to say white.
He was one of the. I like the fact that he taught the fucking Rothschilds to go fucking do one. That's what I like about the bloke. He was one of the only people. How many people do you know that have fucking destroyed the central banks for fucking at least more of as much as he did? At least in modern day era, I don't think I've seen anybody.
That's true.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about that. I like the fact that he's one of the only people that taught the Rothschilds and central bankers to go fuck themselves, even though he was funded by American central bankers at the
He
time.
was funded, and he still told them that
Supposedly, how do you think he got elected? You don't get elected chancellor unless you take money. You're telling me a very unknown person got elected to government, right?
So Hitler took the money, but until he realized the real plan.
Hitler didn't even like it. Hitler didn't. He had no hatred towards the Jews, right? Until he woke up and realized they're the reason why this country is failing. They're the reason why this country can't grow. They're the reason why we went into fucking abject poverty. They're the ones that fucking fucked us over as soon as the Great Depression hit. They rescinded our loans. They rescinded our loans that we were using to pay off our debts to the French, to the Allies after their victory. The Americans said, oh, we'll hand the American banking Jews, e.g. the J.P. Morgans and that, and the Jews and Rothschild and Co. And all the frickin' bankers in America, right? They said, you need money, buddy? You need loans? No problem. Why don't you frickin' send us some gold? Why don't we sign a contract in the States, buddy? And then when he needed it, then the Great Depression hit, caused by the Rothschilds and said bankers, and then they said they asked for their money back from the Germans. They said, "How the fuck are we going to pay that off? You fucked us. You rug pulled us." They have no, and then they said, "You know what? We're not going to pay this money. Damned if we do, damned if we don't."
I'll be honest. Who was Hitler's successor after he died? Did he not have one?
Grossman Gogol.
Was he any good, or did he also die?
I think Goebbels might have survived after the war, or he might have been murdered. But Goering, if you don't have Goering, you don't have Goebbels, and you need all four to end the war.
I would say in this life, man,
You don't have Bittman, you don't have Goering, you don't have Goebbels, you don't have Hitler.
I would say in this life, we're bound to cling on to something that gives.
Then you won't be able to end the war. And if you think I won't kill you Nazi people, then you simply do not know the way we're playing on a playing field. I can't remember what movie this was from, but it was a movie. It was basically, you need all four to end the war. I can't remember this guy. I think it was an American guy, right? Singing, like, American guy playing a Nazi SS officer that was getting ready to betray and basically cause the ending of World War II. And I'm sure Hitler, you will be destroying Goebbels, and I'm sure Goebbels will be very, 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 very sad you destroyed his big night. But you won't have Goering, you won't have Goebbels, and you don't have all four to end the war. Do you think there'll be a World War III?
I thought we were in it.
We are.
What are you on about? When are we entering World War III?
Didn't Afghanistan declare war in Pakistan?
Well, I didn't know about that.
I think they did. I think someone declared war in Pakistan.
So when do you think they're officially going to announce the World War, since we're already in it? Like, to the public?
When it gets too dire for the West.
Man,
I personally am waiting to see I personally don't think they're going to announce it, because I personally think that Trump might actually end it.
A controlled opposition puppet will end the war.
I think even they realize it's not in our best interest to do this now.
It's like, look, man, I don't trust that.
Don't get me wrong. I think they are controlled opposition, but I think there's certain Jews out there right now that are over the war, and they would kind of like to frickin' just continue to make money in Russia.
Man, look.
They still don't get me wrong. I think there are still people. I think there's plenty of rich people that are done with making money on the war. They want to end things. They want to end this war, Let Russia take some territory, and effectively let's get down to business and make more money.
I'm not gonna lie, Risk. You have way too much faith in Trump than I do.
I don't have faith in him, but I do think there are enough rich people in the world that realize that war is not good for business. It's good for short-term profits, but it's not good for long-term business.
They're greedy, man. Of course, they're good. They're greedy, man. So it's like they're going to get that short-term profit, whether.
Yeah, they've already made their short-term profit. Now they want the long-term profit. Russia and Ukraine are already fucked themselves. Russia's already fucked to the point where it's not going to be able to retaliate. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, I think Russia's a very strong animal. Russia has clearly fucked up somewhere, where it's a special military operation. It's going to realise that its army is not up to scruff and needs to fucking revamp. After this war ends, Russia's going to have to fix some shit. It's going to have to rebalance and fix its economy. Ukraine will have to rebuild. But guess what happens? Goldman Sachs still gets to rebuild. And BlackRock and Goldman Sachs get to rebuild all this and make a shitload of money. Buying all this property for fucking pennies, rebuild it, and then fucking rent it out and sell it off to people. And they make a fucking fortune. I don't have faith in Trump. I honestly think he'll betray us all. And I think Elon's probably Judas and Satan. But yeah.
Oh yeah, bro. Elon is Judas. He literally betrayed the people who he was fighting for on X. Elon is Judas.
Yet saying that, he's supposedly for Tommy Robinson, who I'm pretty sure is a Jew.
Yeah, it's like, Elon is definitely Judas, man. And Trump, I don't even know what he is. But Elon is definitely Judas. He betrayed everyone who put their faith in him. But I'm not going to lie. I blame the people who put their faith in him. I'm like, that's what happens when you put your faith in a billionaire.
So what do you expect us to do? We should have voted for Kamala Harris.
I'll be honest. I'm not saying you should have voted for Kamala Harris because it would have been I feel like with
I personally believe that Kamala Harris would have been worse because I don't actually think she could manage Putin or Xi.
I'll say this, man. It would have. I'll be honest, man. This is still not a good look for Trump or for Elon at all, man. It's like, bro, they're making themselves look like traitors, really, especially Elon. But I'll be honest, Elon. The thing that Elon is doing doesn't really affect me, so I'm not necessarily that mad at it. But the people who are mad about it, that's your fault for putting your trust in Elon.
He already said, "You cannot trust me. I'm not on your side."
He said that?
Yeah, I told you this months ago. He said this years ago. I want to be on your side, but I'm not on your side. He said that effectively cryptically in a tweet.
Oh yeah, what year did he say that again?
I think it was last year. It was on X, but I can't remember.
Oh yeah, he said I want to be on your side, but I'm not on your side.
He didn't say that publicly, but it said it cryptically. Effectively said that. You'd have to be an idiot not to realize it, but he said that cryptically.
If you could find the tweet, I actually want to kind of read it.
I can't remember the tweet what it was, but
so pretty much he said cryptically. He said something cryptically, but pretty much he was alluring that although he wants to be on our side and fight along with us, he's not.
Yes.
Okay.
He sold his soul. I basically said he sold his soul to the devil. He sold his soul to the Jews years ago.
Yeah, but Elon knows who.
Don't you think it's a little bit hilarious, right? He starts talking and chirping, right, and then he gets sent to the fucking Jewish. He gets sent to the Jewish wall, and then he shuts up.
Yeah.
After Ben Shapiro takes him to the Jewish wall, he shuts up.
I would say, look, man. I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean, he should. Elon knows who his masters are, though. So it's he's like, I want to help you guys out, but I can't.
I sold my soul to the Jews so I could become a billionaire.
Yeah.
Nobody gets rich unless you bend your knee over to them.
Yeah. Otherwise, if he betrays them, they'll take all of his money away, and he'll be broke, and he'll be a nobody.
They'll Kanye West him.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
They'll media. Who do you think controls Hollywood? The Chernin Group, who are very Jewish. Who do you think controlled the freaking Paramount? Heiress, Jewish.
Yeah, that's why.
The only one, right? The only movie studio that wasn't Jewish was Walt Disney. Walt Disney predominantly hated the Jews because he knew what they were doing. They were vampires, right? He was the same as Ford. He was the same as Ford. Ford was an American. He cared about the American people. He always supported them well over the fucking. Ford was against the freaking the Jewish shareholders and basically telling them, we need to fucking We need to spend more money. No, you need to we need to support the workers, American workers. If you look at Ford, he actually supported his workers. The media would have you believe that Ford was an evil dictator.
I thought I
But
thought
no,
Walt Disney
Ford supposedly Ford supposedly was pro worker.
was Walt Disney even a good guy though?
The guy was skeptical of the Jewish order. He promoted the protocols of Elders of Zion.
Yeah, I mean, but like all in all, was he a good guy?
He used to be all for workers and that until his workers unionized and then basically said, "Go fuck you." And Walt basically said, "Fuck you. You guys, I treated you like fucking family, and you do this to me? You fucking bend me over a fucking coil? Remember, you work for me. I don't work for you. You work for me. I give you good food. I get Walt Disney. Walt Disney was one of the only movie studios that wasn't controlled by Jews, right? And owned by Jews, right? And now guess who runs Walt Disney? A Jew. Walt hated the Jews. Hated them because he knew how money hungry they were.
I can't say that. Like I can't
No,
say
the
that the
everyday Jew's not bad.
yeah.
It's the Zionists. It's the rich, powerful ones. It's the Rothschilds. It's the Warburgs. It's the freaking Morgans. It's them. They're the ones. Those rich families. The rich Zionist families are the ones that are the problem.
Yeah,
They're the ones that freaking I suppose you could say the Windsors are probably part of the problem as well, because they're effectively a Jewish family. Same with the Same with the Saudis, because the Saudis and the Qatar family, they're Jews as well. They just have Jewish blood in them.
I'd say man, but
You know
I mean,
the Saudi sovereign wealth fund, right? You know how the Saudis got this massive wealth fund, right? Massive fund, right? Wealth fund,
Yeah.
right? Am I the only one that thinks that they may be Jewish? The people that run that fund might be Jewish.
Wouldn't be too far off.
Am I far off to think that those like freaking Arabs that run the country, run the Arabs in Saudi Arabia and Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and Dubai are effectively Jews?
No, you wouldn't be far off, because
They are.
you said it, not me.
yeah.
So what else do you know, Jamie? You're part of
Well,
the circle.
not like I had a choice, but here I am. Well, I have said this many times. The world is a stage. Everything's all
And
propped up
everything
to
is an
get people's
illusion.
attention. Yes, exactly.
If you had a choice to decide who we'd vote, do you think reform will do anything?
Well,
Do you
they're
think
not
they'll
going to do
actually
anything.
change anything, or do you think it's pointless voting for them? I think it's pointless voting for them. I don't think anything will really change, but I'd vote for them because they're the one that most aligned with me right now.
Yeah, just like it's pointless voting for any president because they're all
Because
controlled.
remember, let's be real here. Your country is controlled by Israel, who Israel is controlled by Britain.
My country is controlled by Israel, and Israel's controlled by Britain.
Most likely, yes. Or the bank is in the city of London.
I mean,
So it's
how do you think the Israeli state came to be?
Yeah,
so it's
Britain. It was
so it's
Britain that created the Israeli state.
so it's Britain pulling all the strings.
Through proxy, yes. But not British the citizens, not British the government, the city of London.
Yeah, I know. I'll be honest. So people attack Israel. Why don't they just? I'm not saying they should attack Britain. I'm just saying it's like, wouldn't that make sense?
They say that there are some Americans say, what? But the special relationship.
What special relationship?
Exactly. You do realize there's a lot of Freemasons in your government, right? That are loyal to Britain. There's so many people in your country that are loyal to Britain or the Freemason cause.
Of
Or the
course
British
they are.
Empire.
Of course they are.
You really do realize the fact that America was created wasn't it was pre-planned. Was America pre-planned, Jake?
Yes.
Was it created? Did the
So
British secretly want to create a new empire?
wait, hold on. So all these prideful Americans have American pride for nothing. Then?
Possibly.
So all this American pride, America first.
Oh, bugger.
You need to think Britain first. It's always been Britain.
Yeah.
It always will be Britain.
Look,
Might as well
We're
who,
say,
who
Americans.
has
might as well say,
Americans are basically just Britain's. Brits can decide to change their allegiance and name.
who has all the money? Most
so we should be saying Britain first.
Yes, because you are British. You've always been British. You always will be British. America
Well,
is effectively British.
well,
Same with Australia. I'm sick and tired of us saying, "Oh, you're American." You're not American. You're British. Does it
well,
matter how much you fucking change your blood, change your name, change your country, and try and change your language? You will always be British.
hold on,
You don't think that all the country we gave you your language, we gave you your medium, we gave you all your technology.
hold
So
on.
why was the British America created? Well, Jamie,
well, all I can think of
Well,
besides
I mean, I will say this. Apparently, my last name has English origin.
of course it would
yes,
be. She probably
So,
came from.
I mean, maybe you're right.
The fact is, your country's been alive for 200 years. You really think that a 1,000-year-old empire would lose to Americans to an upstart colony without us literally? We let you get go. We let you create a new empire. It was all pretty much mutual. It was just to figure out who's our enemies and who wasn't our enemies. There was never a true break or split, as we know from history. There might have been a little bit frosty thing with tensions on certain issues, but it was never a true split. So why did America get created?
did you say why Britain got created?
No, why did America get created?
I think you
Well,
guys know. I think.
well,
I don't know.
well. The reason why America came to be, other than what people were made to believe, is to, if in the event the British Empire, which it
Were to
has,
fall,
yes, there'll
we would
be
have
another,
a new British Empire.
yes, but under a different name, a different style of government, and of course a different group of people, which are connected somewhat by historical ancestry.
Yes, we thought of you. We created America as a backup.
Wait,
So
then
it's
how come you?
continuing the legacy under a different
Yes,
name.
yes,
Wait, hold on. Then how come you guys want to join America?
because we believe that the country is too tiny.
Oh,
And we believe it's time that the old Britain become one with the new Britain.
that's fair. That's actually fair. I'm gonna be honest. That's fair.
Britain is a hollow cusp. You do realize after World War One, World War One and Two, after World War Two, Britain handed over the superpower status to the new Britain, and we effectively are the crumbling relics of the old empire. The new British Empire is effectively America. Is in Washington D.C. The headquarters of that new empire is in Washington D.C. And why else do you think about? Let's explain why the Five Eyes was created.
Okay.
So why was the Five Eyes created,
I don't. I'll be honest. I don't
Jamie?
really know.
It's so that in the event a government wants to track its own citizens, they would ask another country to do it for them. Because it's illegal for a government to track its own citizens.
Even if American does that,
And always has been.
it never will. Good old good old New Britain. We should have called it New Britain instead of America.
But
Yeah, here we are.
But if it's really old though, would it still be called New Britain or just simply Britain?
It should be Britain, and it
Okay.
is Britain. It is just in a different name. A different name, a different style of government. America is what Britain would have been without a monarchy. Don't you think, Jamie? Don't you think it's a little bit similar the way America was set up, right? Don't you think it's a little bit similar to what Cromwell did before we restored our king?
Actually think about it. It kind of feels like what could have been.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. Hey, we want the I think it's time. I think it's time that the old empire joined with the new. The British Empire never fell. We just changed our name. And we moved its headquarters. So what
How do
else?
you know? How do you know all this?
Taking a guess.
All right, but what else is there?
So what else is there?
What is it?
Okay. Bye.
Peace.